In this video, I'm going to walk you through how you can solo mine Bitcoin Cash using Umbrel. In a previous video, I showed you how to solo mine Digibyte using Umbrel, and we're going to kind of be building on top of that today. If you haven't followed that video, that is fine. We're basically going to start from scratch here and go through the setup completely. If you did follow that video, probably the first half of this video is going to seem redundant. You don't have to repeat all these steps. I'll kind of guide you as we go along and tell you the steps that you would perform if you were building on top of what we've already done in the Digibyte one. So the first thing to be aware of is with Umbrel. Umbrel has what's called community stores, and we are running our own community store, and you're going to need to configure Umbrel for that. So I have a base Umbrel instance here. We're going to click this little App Store icon down here. We're going to click the three dots at the top right, go to Community App Stores, and we're going to put our URL in here and hit Add. This is going to add the Retro Mike Community App Store. Then we can hit Open here. So these are all the apps that I have. And what we're going to be installing here is Postgres, Mining Core Web UI, and the Bitcoin Cash node. So we're going to start off with the Bitcoin Cash node, and that way we can let it sync while we're performing the other steps. So we're just going to click Bitcoin Cash node. And as I mentioned, if you did follow the Digibyte video, you just need to install the Bitcoin Cash node. And then you can kind of skip the majority of the steps that we're going to be walking through, because we're going to be walking through how to basically set up the database, the mining config file, all of that, mining core, the web UI, which you've already done. However, you will need to modify your config file to add Bitcoin Cash in there. So we can see it is starting to synchronize. We head back on over to the Umbrel tab, and we can hit back here. And then we're going to install Postgres and PG admin. That's all the way at the bottom of our databases. Come over here. We're going to hit install here. And I will provide a link to all of the steps and the scripts that we're going to be copy and pasting in the video description below. There'll be a link to a text document that has everything in it for you. Make it a lot easier to copy and paste. And once Postgres is done installing, we're going to hit open here. Now this is going to show us that the default username is admin@umbrel.local. And then our password is going to be capital P at SSW0RD. We can go ahead and hit this button that says open. And this is going to take a moment. So after you hit open, it's still probably starting up the services. So if you see the screen, just be patient. After about a minute or two, you can refresh it, and you should be presented with a login screen. So we're just going to give this a second to start up. So once that is up, we can type in admin@umbrel.local. And password is going to be capital P at SSW0RD. And then that's going to log us in. We're going to expand servers. It's going to ask for our password again. Once again, that's going to be capital P at SSW0RD. And now we want to right-click login groups, create login. And we're going to call this Mining Core. And on the definition tab, we're going to give it a password of Mining Core. And on privileges, we're going to toggle on the can login. And then we're going to hit save. Then we're going to right-click databases, create database. We're going to call this Mining Core. And then on the owner, we want to switch this to the Mining Core user we just created. Hit save. That's going to create the database. And then you're going to right-click on Mining Core. And you're going to say create script. And that's going to get you this text box. You're just going to delete everything that's in here. And you're going to paste this big command that I've provided. And this is going to create the database schema for you that Mining Core needs. So you paste that in and then hit this little execute button up here. That's going to create it. At this point, you are done with the database setup, so we can close out of this. And we can go ahead and close out of that. And if we close out of this, we can see we now have Bitcoin Cash installed. We've got our database engine installed. We're going to open the App Store again. And we're going to proceed. And we're going to install the web UI. Go ahead and hit install. And we can hit open. So this is going to be the web UI for Mining Core that's going to show our mining pools. Now we haven't actually installed Mining Core yet, the backend that this connects to. So we need to do that next. But before we're going to do that, we need to SSH into the system. So we're going to grab the IP address of this. And I'm going to open PuTTY, which is a utility to SSH into the into Linux. And we're going to use Umbrel as the username. And our password is going to be whatever password you set up when you set up Umbrel. The first thing we want to do after we're logged in is we want to create the mining core folder. So we're going to do mkdir.miningcore. And then we're going to do cd.miningcore to move into that folder. And then we're going to copy and paste the command to download a coins configuration file. And this just contains a definition of all the known coins that we can set up mining pools for. And then we're going to do a nanoconfig.json. And I have a big config file, that you're going to copy and paste in. Let's go ahead and maximize this. And it's got pretty much everything in it that you're going to need. Now, if you followed the Digibyte tutorial, you don't need to copy and paste the whole file. All that you need to do is everything that is within pools, you're going to have these square brackets that define the array. You're basically going to copy, including the curly brace, all the way down to the ending curly brace before the closing square bracket, right? And you already have kind of a setup for Digibyte. You're just going to put a comma here, and then you're going to paste in the Bitcoin Cash version here. That's going to allow you to run multiple pools at the same time. But for everybody else, it's pretty straightforward. I've already kind of set everything up for you. All that you're going to need to do is when you come down to the Bitcoin Cash section here, there's going to be an address. There's two address sections here. We need to replace the contents where this says XXX. We need to replace the contents of that. So to do that, we're going to do Control X, Y, enter to save. Now that needs to be the pool address, which is driven off of the node that we installed. So we need to generate a wallet address for that. And to do that, super simple. All you need to do is run a single command, and this is going to call the Bitcoin Cash node and get a new wallet address. And you'll need to enter your Umbrel password here. And this is going to give us our Bitcoin Cash address. So we're going to copy this. We're going to do nanoconfig.json. We're going to go all the way to the bottom of that file. And where we had those 3 X's, we're going to replace those with our wallet address in both spots. Control X, Y, enter to save. Now, basically our mining pool config is pretty much set up. What we need to do now is hop back on over to Umbrel and install the Mining Core app. So we're going to say install. Once that's done, you can hit open, and this is going to bring you over to Dozzle, and we can come down to RetroMike Mining Core and go to the server one, and this will tell us that it is basically up and running. We can see that the blockchain is still syncing. So essentially, we need to wait till the blockchain is fully synced before we can mine to it. But if we head back on over to Umbrel, we close out of the App Store, and we go to Mining Core Web UI. We pull this up, you can see we now have a Bitcoin Cash pool. And once the blockchain is fully synced, network hash rate will fill in, network difficulty will fill in. These will be the real values. And that's kind of our indication that, hey, we are able to mine to it. And if you're curious as to the Stratum port, you can always click on it, go to the Getting Started tab. And here you can see it's going to be port 6002 for Bitcoin Cash. So we would just, on our miner, we'd do 192.168.1.33 because that is the IP address of our Umbrel server, for me at least, for the host name. And then for the port, we would do 6002, mine to our Bitcoin Cash address. Once a block gets hit, it will reflect here in this block list. Once that block matures, which for Bitcoin Cash is like 24 hours, then it will pay out to whatever wallet you were mining to. Minus the fee, we have a little bit of a holding fee that we put on the mining pool so that it always has funds to issue those payouts. So now basically we're just going to wait until the blockchain fully syncs, and then I'm going to show you how to configure like a BitX device so that we can validate that the mining pool connection is working. If you're already one of those people that already had Digibyte running and you just modified your config file to pull in Bitcoin Cash and you still aren't seeing it on the web UI, all you need to do is come over to Umbrel, right click on Mining Core, hit restart, give it a couple minutes. That's going to restart Mining Core. It'll pull in the new config file and it will show you both the Digibyte and the Bitcoin Cash pools. It's been a few hours and we can see that the node is now fully synced. So in the node logs, that's going to show us progress equals 1.00. If we hop on over to our mining pool, we give this a refresh, we can see we now have a network hash rate and a network difficulty. So now we can click into this, go to the Getting Started tab, scroll down, and we can connect to it on port 6002. We're going to go over to settings, and we're going to plug in the IP address of our Umbrel server. So it's going to be, for me, 192.168.1.33. And then in the Stratum port, we're going to boot port 6002. And in the user, we need to put a Bitcoin Cash address. So I've copied my Bitcoin Cash address. I'm going to put this in here. Now, the address format here can be any Bitcoin Cash format. So it could be legacy. It can have the Bitcoin Cash : prefix, or it can exclude the prefix. So for me, I'm excluding the prefix, but it doesn't really matter there. Any transaction you could send from a wallet, you should be able to send this way. So we're going to hit save. We're going to hit restart. And then we're going to wait for the device to restart and validate that our hash rate is starting to ramp up. We can say our hash rate's starting to ramp up. We've got 5 accepted shares already. And if we hop on over to our pool, we can see we have one connected miner. It's got that pool hash rate. Again, this is still starting to ramp up. So we're going to give this maybe about 10 minutes or so and make sure it stabilizes at that 1.2 terahash. The Jingle miner is mostly ramped up now. So we can see we're getting about 1.3 terahash right now. Effective, it's going to kind of settle in at that 1.2 across the board. Hop on over to the mining pool and give this a refresh. You can see we've got 1.22 terahash reflecting effective pool side. And if we click into here, we can grab our mining address and plug that in, hit search, and we can see that it is mining. So now we're kind of at that point where wait till we hit a block. Once that block gets hit, we have to wait for it to mature, which again, Bitcoin Cash, it's about 24 hours. And then that will automatically issue a payout to the wallet address that we were mining to.